We're building up our staff all over the country, actually, in the Super Tuesday states.
A third of delegates don't get decided until Super Tuesday.
Super Tuesday is coming.
With each presidential election comes another round of Super Tuesday primary votes. Super Tuesday is the day when the greatest number of states hold primary elections as part of the selection process for party nominees who will face off in the November general elections.
It is the single biggest day of voting. There is no national primary for the Democratic Party, or the Republican one for that matter. Super Tuesday comes the closest.
Historically, it's fallen in February or March, and spans a different grouping of states each time around.
The primary voting day political pundits have been talking about for months finally arrived today.
In 2020, Super Tuesday falls on March 3rd and will yield about 1/3 of the total delegate allocation. These delegates come from the 14 participating states, including Alabama, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Maine, Massachusetts, Minnesota, North Carolina, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, and Virginia. Democrats abroad will also participate in this year's Super Tuesday, as well as American Samoa, which will caucus. Because Super Tuesday includes so many states, it takes the temperature of the largest range of voters.
So unlike some of the earlier states in this nominating contest, Iowa and New Hampshire in particular were mostly white, mostly older, a little bit more rural than the rest of the Democratic Party in the nation. Super Tuesday encompasses a much bigger group of demographics of voters.
We haven't heard from the most committed constituency of the Democratic Party, the African American community.
Black and white and Latino, Native American, Asian American, we stand together.
The 2020 candidates have all approached their Super Tuesday strategy in different ways.
Campaigning on Super Tuesday requires an entirely different strategy. You can't spend all your time in the state that is going to vote, and then when they vote, go to the next state. You have to make choices. So in addition to time, money is another resource that becomes really scarce and really important on Super Tuesday.
I am once again asking for your financial support.
If you're spending time in one state, ideally you want to be running ads in all the other states. This is where former New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg has a really interesting strategy for running for president. He is not competing in these first 4 early states.
You don't see many presidential candidates here in Chattanooga, I'm told. Thank you.
So this is the first time Bloomberg will actually be on the ballot, and it comes after spending hundreds of millions of dollars on ads nationally and particularly in these Super Tuesday states.
With the Iowa caucuses and New Hampshire primary yielding mixed results, voters and candidates alike are looking to Super Tuesday to solidify the frontrunners.
Super Tuesday will almost certainly narrow the field. It's also possible, though, that what happens on Super Tuesday doesn't provide clarity to the field. What happens if, a cluster of states over here chooses this candidate, these states choose this candidate, this state chooses this candidate? A number of candidates could come out of Super Tuesday saying, I did well, I want to keep going. Super Tuesday is definitely not the end of this nominating contest. There are primaries and caucuses that go all the way into June. What happens on Super Tuesday could make or break the race, or it could not.